So the atmosphere for the 2020 round robin slash Stanley Cup playoffs, it's going to be very different this year. There's no fans. It's going to be a little bit quieter. So we're going to hear all the trash talking, all the chirping going on in between the benches. We'll be taking a look at that in this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey and want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Let's take a look at how the playoff atmosphere may feel like here in the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs. So The Athletic recently put out an article talking about the NHL atmosphere here for the 2020 playoffs, how we may hear a little bit of chirping on that may be going on in between the benches this year. It's going to be a little bit different. Do they use music? Do they just mute the rink? I don't know how they're going to necessarily do this, but when we take a look at this article here from Aaron Portzline, it didn't take long for European soccer leagues to recognize the perils of playing in empty stadiums. In the first week of Germany's Bundesliga, goaltender Runier Yarstein let loose an expletive-filled tirade heard round the world after getting blasted with a shot to his groin. Then, after the English Premier League got started, there were complaints from viewers when players' industrial language made it onto broadcast. The NHL has taken note because of the global pandemic. The 24 teams that get to resume the 2019-2020 season will do so in empty arenas in Edmonton and Toronto, the two hub cities, beginning August 1st. To this point, the sounds of the game have been the ping of off the post. And that's kind of where I'll leave it off because that's where the article, you have to pay for the subscription. But basically what he's saying is the NHL has to figure out how they are going to fix the, well, let's just say the lack of atmosphere or the lack of noise in the playoffs here in these empty arenas. And a perfect example, what we saw in soccer here, like he mentioned, I mean, a perfect example, you get hit in not such a great spot, and you're probably gonna say some things, and it may not be completely family friendly. That, just to put it in an easy way, I mean, this is just an interesting thing. I mean, more than likely, we will see guys, it gets intense. These players are intense. They're competitive, and if a goal goes in, or they're blocking a shot, or their stick breaks, or whatever ends up happening, I mean, we still sometimes hear, even with all those people in the arena, all the noise going on, the music, the announcer, even with all that stuff going on, you can still sometimes hear stuff. I mean, I remember a couple years back in the day, I remember Sean Avery was talking about, he was threatening the Flyers, I'm going to rip off Giroux's head or something like that. Obviously, kind of just joking around, but we're not supposed to hear stuff like that. But that's just how it goes. You happen to hear stuff, and Pierre Maguire in between the benches usually has to mute his mic at certain points. But that's just how it goes, and I think it's going to be interesting how the NHL handles this. Are they, going to be a little bit more careful with the play-by-play people, down below? Are they going to be careful with the bench people? Like, how are they going to fix this? It's going to be interesting. They say music, but how much music can you really, I mean, are players going to be listening to the music as the game's going on? How is that going to affect the play-by-play? Are the announcers going to have to talk a little louder? Like, how does that necessarily work? We'll have to figure it out, I guess. But definitely some questions that the NHL has to figure out. And we're going to see this across all the sports, the NFL, college football, college basketball, all that stuff. They're going to have to figure out what they're going to do about this noise situation and what we are going to likely be seeing entailed for the playoffs this year, specifically in the NHL. So if you comment down below, what are some ideas you have for the NHL to maybe mute some of the noise or diffuse it a little bit so it's not as loud? Leave recommendations down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear it. And if you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.